It's Friday, and this is Politics Today live on Channels Television. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Sean Kimberley at Channels Television's global headquarters in Lagos. Well, let's begin tonight by telling you that the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says it's fine-tuning preparations for the conduct of governorship elections in Edo and Ondo states. INEC Chairman Professor Mahmood Yakubu told resident electoral commissioners at the beginning of their meeting that critical changes will be introduced in the electoral process, including a review of security deployment during the elections. He also insists that all political parties hoping to field candidates in the elections must conclude their primaries between June the 2nd and 27th for Edo State and July 2nd and 25th for Ondo State.
The end of tenure governorship elections in Edo and Ondo are holding next year. Given recent experience with some governorship elections, political parties need to do more to avoid the conduct of acrimonious primaries or failure to observe due diligence in the screening of their candidates, resulting in protracted litigations and eventual determination of the outcome of elections by orders of court. Party primaries for the democratic election and nomination of candidates for the governorship election in Edo must be held from the 2nd to the 27th of June 2020. The date for Ondo is 2nd to 25th July 2020. The Commission will not extend the dates. We will also vigorously monitor the primaries and where necessary, apply sanctions as provided by law. Ahead of the Edo and Ondo governorship elections, critical changes will be introduced to strengthen our processes and procedures. Similarly, the Commission, jointly with the security agencies, is reviewing deployment during elections. Already, the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security has set up a committee in this respect.
Well, you heard it. So we'll be hoping to hear more on the critical changes INEC says it will make. You remember that INEC told security agents and officials that the major problem in the Kogi and Bayelsa election were issues of security. So whether or not the changes are going to be security, we'll find out in the coming days. Well, tonight on the program, we're discussing the situation surrounding the crisis rocking APC and Mr. Adams Oshiomhole. Who wants Adams Oshiomhole out as the party chairman? We'll find out tonight on the program, and that gets our attention tonight. Stay with us. The internal crisis of the APC gets us talking. But before then, there are other political stories we're following for you on our political roundup.
Former Deputy Senate President Ike Ekweremadu believes an attempt to introduce community policing now is not only confusing for the people, but fraudulent. He says there needs to be a more complex security architecture to handle the current security challenges confronting the people. A strong proponent of state police, Senator Ekweremadu says shying away from state police while they continue to exist under different guises means we are only deceiving ourselves. The Bayelsa State Governor, Daoye Diri, has condemned the attack on the Abuja and Port Harcourt residence of the Supreme Court Judge, Justice Mary Odili, which he described as a serious desecration of a nation's institution. He stated this during his maiden broadcast in Yenagoa. Governor Diri also thanked President Muhammadu Buhari for not interfering in the judgment at the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the national chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Adams Oshiomhole, has reacted to a statement attributed to the Rivers State government that he and the Minister of State for Petroleum, Chief Timipre Silva, sponsored thugs to attack the residence of former Rivers State Governor Dr. Peter Odili. Mr. Oshiomhole says the accusation is a reckless defamation of his character and unbecoming of a state government that is supposed to operate under the rule of law, including fairness and justice to all. The statement went further to state that Mr. Oshomole was not in any way involved in the action that took place at the residence of Dr. Odili, a gentleman for whom Mr. Oshomole has tremendous respect as a friend of many years despite political differences. As a matter of principle, Oshomole condemns any harassment on Honorable Justice Mary Odili had suffered for a judgment she gave within her powers as a judicial officer. And talking about security, it appears the newly introduced bill to create an agency for the education, rehabilitation, de-radicalization and integration of repentant insurgents may not have a smooth sail in the Senate. This is because some lawmakers in the upper chamber have begun kicking against the move. One of them is a federal lawmaker from Borno State and chairman, Senate Committee on Army, Senator Ali Ndume. It says the bill, which was listed on the Senate order paper yesterday for first reading, is outrightly unacceptable.